Welcome to Chapter 6 of our story, Vampire the Masquerade, New Orleans by Night. We will do like we always do, and that is give a synopsis of what happened last time. Monica will have put a indication in the show notes that if you don't need to hear the wrap, where you can go to pick up. And thank you for doing that, by the way. She's been doing a great job on keeping the tags and that information up, and it's been a big help because I did not care enough to do it, but she is detail oriented like that, and it is very much appreciated. So
I'm looking for a job. Somebody hire me.
if you're looking for a very task detail oriented person, yeah. So, let's get into it. Dee, if you don't mind, go ahead and let everybody know what happened last time.
Okay, so last time, Erasmus confronted Persephone / Vicenta, and he was trying to fill her out. She was trying to fill him out, and they really kind of came to an impasse. And then he basically got the upper hand. Well, he did get the upper hand, not basically, on that conversation. And then he was like, well, I'm just going to tell everybody what's going on. She's like, well, shit. So he goes out and he's like, let's just go get something to eat, everybody. And so Vicenta and Ig go along. They go to the French Quarter to grab a bite to eat, all the while kind of unraveling this history of Ella Messina and what's going on with that. And then eventually it comes out that Erasmus is wanting the group to help him track down some Shemiche, who he believes are responsible for the Thin Bloods in the lower Ninth Ward. The reason that he wants this group specifically to do it is because he doesn't want the group to get Iris in retaliation against him, because they probably know he's been looking for him. He's been looking for him for a while.
Well, that and he admitted something to you that he was in part responsible for Ella Messina's
death. I was getting to that. Okay. Yeah, I didn't forget.
Okay.
Trust me.
I didn't figure you did.
No. But he basically was like, everybody's got a stake in this. The prince thinks that we're all Sabbat. This is a way to prove that we're not Sabbat. And unbeknownst at the time to everybody else, Vicenta was going to help find the Shemiche because they had one of her fetters. He knows it's her fetter. Everybody else didn't, until Iris was like, shit, there's a ghost. There's a ghost in there. And it was like, well, fuck. Okay. So everything's pretty much out in the open, I think now.
I think so.
I think so. I know there's some stuff Andre's still not quite clear on, but that'll come in time. Andre's like, well, we definitely need to figure out what's going on because, I can't have shovelheads up in the bywater. Mm-hmm. So they drive around, they find the fetter, they find the building. It's got a shit ton of cars in the parking lot. There's dust all over them. There's no, needles or drug paraphernalia around. So obviously all the people that were in this building are probably constructs or part of the building, or some bad shit has gone down.
They are in the building.
They are in the building.
In the house,
yes.
As literally as you can be.
Yes. So then we're like, okay, we got to make a game plan. So we go back to Iris's place, and Erasmus brings up Pearl. And Pearl agrees to kind of scout out the place and tell us, kind of what's up in there.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to think.
No, it's all right.
I should have done this.
No, it's all right. She said she'd be willing to do it.
Yes.
That's about where we left off, with the exception of everybody split for the night.
Yes. Okay.
And agreed to come back the next.
Andre is got a meeting with the Seneschal, right?
He is there at
Sierra's place. Iris and Erasmus are kind of having a little bit of a tiff
I'm mad at him.
because
That's right.
yeah, because the way he pulled everything off, it made it seem like, oh, well, you actually don't care about me. You're just using us to get this to your goal.
Iris took that personally.
She did take that personally.
Yeah.
And Erasmus had it going differently in his mind, how that was going to go. And then Ig told Vicente, they went home, and then Vicente was like, well, just whatever you want to know.
Oh, yeah.
And Ig was like, well, tell me why I dream of flying. So everybody kind of left off at this kind of like,
Oh,
moments.
Yeah. And we will explain that, dear listener, in time. There is some stuff. Basically, this is kind of a trilogy. It's a series of 2 spin-offs, I suppose.
Our Dark Ages vampire
that we will never be released to the public.
unlisted.
Yeah, and won't be. But
It's
we'll
not that bad.
It's not, but it
is old.
It is very old. So I'd rather not go back and, make you listen to hundreds of hours of material. So you're welcome. But anything that needs to be explained will be. And that will be explained later, I promise you. So that's a pretty good synopsis. I think that's where we wrapped for the evening. Now let's start this night with a uncomfortably long silence as you enter your domicile, Sierra's place, your place. She's just sitting there with this guy that you do, upon actually coming back in, recognize at least the face. Supposedly, this individual is named Antonio Calbushari.
Okay.
No, Calbushari. Calbushari. That's how it's getting said.
You made it up, babe.
I know. Calbushari is how it's getting said. That's it. All right. I don't know why I make things so hard on myself sometimes. I'm a glutton for punishment.
Antonio C.
Yeah. So, yeah. Tony C.
Yes.
Tony C.
So it's a guy. He kind of has curly hair that comes neck length, kind of draped, moth look hair. And he's wearing like a blue suit and tan shoes, and looks pretty well put together. With the exception, like you notice, like that he's got some ornate rings on his hands, and they look. Do you have the occult skill?
I do not.
Okay, then they just look like rings to you.
Okay.
They just look a little weird, like, why is this guy wearing stuff that you would have gotten like at a crystal shop type thing, and you're looking, and then Sierra kind of nods and goes, "You've met before, but this will be a proper introduction, Andre. Andre, this is Antonio. Antonio is the seneschal, who is the second in command, if you will, within the Camarilla." And Antonio comes up and, extends a cold, dead hand to shake yours. And do you shake back?
Yeah.
Okay. And he is staring at you, not staring you down, but just like, looks like he's like studying you.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it feels like you probably should say something, he finally speaks up,
right.
Just when it's about to get uncomfortable, he says, "It's very nice to meet you. Sorry we couldn't be properly introduced the other night. Circumstances being what they are, I didn't feel it appropriate to bring more upon you. I hope that's appreciated."
Yeah, certainly appreciate it.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, I'll not take much of your night. Not that there's much night left, and I must be getting back soon. I've been wanting to talk to you now that you are given the domain of the Bywater, that small area of it. I would like to propose something. You see, I'm not bitter about it. The prince makes decisions that she will. But I had a property I was trying to invest in that area, an apartment complex. I was hoping to renovate. It does fall within your domain, though, and it is proper protocol to ask if I could move forward with that property. Now, I would not come to you and ask such a thing if there were not, shall we say, quid pro quo. I am willing to, shall we say, put in a good word for you with the prince and how you are improving this district. This would go very far for you, Andre. I have her ear. The papers are already filled out. This wouldn't be a property you would own anyway, but you understandably would want to exercise your rights of domain should another kindred move into that area. I have no intention of moving in other than maybe an apartment for myself, a modest area. Would this be something that would be agreeable to you? And Sierra's looking at you like, she kind of cuts her eyes like, I have my opinion, but I'm not going to voice it kind of look, She's basically letting, again, the baby bird fly the nest. And he just says, what say you?
I'm absolutely open to the idea, but may I have a little bit more information on the building that you're procuring?
Certainly. I'll get my firm to send over some information in the morning.
Okay.
We'll have a courier drop it off with, I think, from what I understand, you have a retainer who takes care of you in the day.
Yes.
I'll drop it with him. And you can look through the material. Until then, if there's anything you'd like to discuss, and he pulls out like this very nice business card holder, and it's kind of one of those moments from American Psycho, it's like, oh, it's the eggshell white, It pulls it out, and he hands you the card, and it's got his name on it, and up top it says Ruby Properties. It's interesting to note that the ruby, the R, in the D part of the R, you know what I'm talking about, where it makes that, where it makes a D shape at the top, at the capital R, it's actually accented with, it looks like a little costume red jewel inlaid inside it.
Very fancy.
And he says, just contact me should you have any questions looking over the material.
Absolutely. I'll definitely be in contact with you.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Sierra. And I promise you that when it comes time to renew the wards, we shall do so for letting me have this audience, and it is appreciated. She says, You're welcome. Well, have a good one. And he kind of nods and he says, Thank you both very much.
Thank you as well. Have a good night.
And he turns and leaves, and you're left there with her. And she just looks at you and she's like, seems like they're putting you into society pretty quick, aren't they? I guess me included.
Apparently. What does that mean, renew the wards? Would I know that?
No.
Okay.
You had heard Erasmus say that, your sire's probably got wards.
Yeah.
There are those that would harm us during the day that have the means, or kindred who may, the old, you can't come in unless we invite you is bullshit for most of us. But it's a measure of caution, and it helps to have people such as them that are capable of handling things like that. So you understand, in my time, you transition from what I have to what I am now. There's not a lot of people who are, a number of people who are unhappy about that. fuck them. What do I care? I've got mine.
Mm-hmm.
But better to be safe than sorry.
So, by renewing wards, what does that mean? Like more technically, like
It's basically an alert or a protection to keep people out. So
I know, like
so we'll go back with what Erasmus did with D's. It would prevent a spirit from entering an area.
Yeah.
Outright prevents it. There are wards, as Sierra explains to you, that can do the same with kindred, can do the same with ghouls as well. There's power in the blood is what she says. And says that, and that power not only powers us, but it binds us in some ways as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it is always good to have a Tremere as an ally.
The looks on their faces right now.
He's making an extra sour face.
Yeah.
That's debatable.
Shall we say I pay it's like having a security system that works.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's worth paying for, at least to me.
Well, then it seems like, it's probably a good thing to be in the prince's favor for now.
That's your choice. I'm going to let you fly solo on this one. We have a relationship of sorts, he and I, and an understanding. If there was anything I would caution you against, it's just that, like all of us, I'm sure he's got an ulterior motive of some sort. It's probably not just an apartment he wants. There's probably a reason for that property being purchased, especially if he's going to set up a home there.
Yeah, that's why I want to look at the documents that he gives me to sort through it first. I'm sure he'll be withholding some information, but
I'm certain of it, but I'm sure you'll make the best call you can. You did well. How did your night go?
How'd it go?
This is why I was out of player talk. The last time we played, I was ready for the talk with Sierra then, but the episode ended when it did.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, okay, wait. Now I'm like, I got a lot of conflicting, like, what do I need to tell her? Do I need to tell her this? Is it weird to do?
Oh, I see. You're trying to decide how forthright you want to be with her.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a moment then?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
And let that marinate.
Okay.
And we'll come back to you.
Okay.
And that way you can think on it.
Okay.
And kind of see what maybe hearing other people talk will kind of help you make a decision.
Yes, I don't want to make a rash decision.
Sure. I get that. Sure. Well, let's switch gears to a business where 2 kindred or 3 kindred or 4 kindred. Seems like the number grows every day. Occupy a space. 1 in a funeral home, 2 in a funeral home, and 2 in a soon-to-be bookshop / tarot shop. And a revelation, a moment of shock, as a child has asked his sire a question that she may know the answer to, but may be afraid to tell.
I think that the initial, was probably more me.
Mm-hmm.
Just thinking on her mindset. And in fact, she's probably like, from a plane.
That's true. It's been a long ass time.
Yes, my dear.
that.
I find them very disconcerting as well.
No, do we have powers to fly? Is that something that will happen? I know I've been around a bit. I'm not green, but I've never heard of any of us flying. But I keep thinking like fucking Peter Pan or something, through the air. Is it something that maybe I could do? I don't want to jump off a building and find out the hard way.
Don't jump off a building. Do not do that. Not that I am aware.
Do I okay, so there's some of us that can change their shape, right?
Yes.
Can we grow wings? Like a bat?
She is just kind of staring at him for a little bit. And she goes, "You dream you have wings?"
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes I a dream like I'm falling too, like I fly. I don't know, it's weird. Like I dream I'm flying and then I'm falling and I crash and then it's dark. So you don't, they say if you die in a dream, you die in real life. It's always dark before I wake up. So I'm not really worried about it. It's just, it's weird. It's like a place I've never seen. It always looks like, it's stupid. It looks like I'm in Game of Thrones or something.
Your little show you used to watch. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I read the books.
Yeah, they're better.
Yeah.
Except they're not complete.
Neither is the show in my heart.
Someone needs to turn George R. R. Martin into a vampire so he can have all the time he needs.
We'll still never get those books.
When he goes into the underworld, then the hierarchy will just make him pump those books out.
I want to see George R. R. Martin. If he doesn't live to finish those books, they hire David Benioff and Stevie Weiss to finish them.
No, God, no.
No, hush your mouth. Hush your mouth. At that point, she's talking about the show and the books and all that, but then it's wheels start clicking and turning, and she kind of under her breath goes, "Why would you dream?"
Well, that's what I'm asking. I don't know. It's just a question.
When did this start?
I don't know. It's a good question. I guess I always kind of dreamed it.
Always.
Yeah, like even when I was a kid, I always thought I was flying, or like sitting and watching over a city, dancing, in the sky with like a beautiful woman. Stupid, I know, but that started when puberty hit, really, if I'm being honest.
Okay, gross.
That's me laughing. It's not right.
I know. But he does laugh at it. You know, it's kind of an embarrassed laugh,
Well, he'll laugh until he sees a look of like, what the ever-loving shit on her face, because something hit home big time. And she she composes herself and she goes, "I'm not ignoring your question. I'm not refusing to answer. That's not what's happening. But there is some context that you must know first. And we need to go about this carefully, because if I just tell you everything, we may not get the correct answer."
Okay, well, you're starting to weird me out now. I just thought maybe we could fly. I don't know.
And she's trying to not get upset. She goes, "Go get ready and then come meet me in my quarters."
Okay. All right. So he does.
Okay.
So it's off to do that.
Yeah.
And while he gets ready, we'll go to maybe a little more modest of a home, an apartment above a tarot reading store.
Needs to be a bookstore soon.
Bookstore soon. And what is Iris doing?
Probably fidgeting with something because she wants. Well, she doesn't really want to tell Erasmus that her feelings are hurt because she's embarrassed. So she'd probably cover it up by asking, like, so what's the plan for tomorrow?
Erasmus is throwing cards in at his top hat, trying to flick them in, make them spin in.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Well, I thought about it for a long time. Years, what I'd do if I found them. I thought about sneaking in there and getting Metatron and hauling him before the Camarilla, I guess, and saying, look, here's the last of them, the last son of a bitch that made this city a nightmare for so long. I thought about how I'd do it and, bust in with guns ablazing or hide for days in the shadows, unseen, undetected until the moment was right. But the truth is, now that it's real, I don't have a fucking clue, and I'm sorry about it. But I do still feel strongly that if we were to do this, and we were to rid this area of him, I feel like it removes a stain from all of us, but me and you especially.
Probably just you.
No. You're guilty by association because of who I am and who I was. And I don't like that. It's not fair to you. It's one of the reasons I didn't really want to reach out to you. I hate the Sabbat. I want you to understand that. I never wanted to be a part of it. I had to. It was either do that or be killed. And the things that I had to do to stay alive are things I'm not proud of. But I think maybe all of us with this condition that we have, if you will, probably have those moments. Some more than others. And I know I'll go to hell for what I did. But I don't want you to. And he starts to get red around his eyes. And he goes, I don't want you to go to hell for something I've done.
And puts her hand on his shoulder and says, hell isn't real.
No, it's real.
Okay.
I've seen the devil.
You have?
I've seen him.
What's he look like?
Skeletal.
Like Ella Messina.
Yeah. She wasn't the devil herself, but the devil was in her. Something changed with her. I don't know what. We always thought it was a slow descent into madness. Maybe she hung around with our kind too much. Maybe we rubbed off on her. I don't know. But one day she was just biding her time with her plans to get even with the Giovanni. And then suddenly it's bringing home a weird book. And the next day she just changed.
Well, maybe that's what happens when you make plans and you sit and you wait and you think about how something's going to be, and then it finally happens and then you don't know what's going on and you feel like you're crazy and you think, why did I waste all my time just waiting and waiting and waiting and planning and wishing for this to happen? And then it finally happens and you realize things aren't exactly what they seem at all and you're just going to be used in this plan. Maybe it's like that. Maybe that made her go crazy. Maybe she thought things were one way and then they weren't. And she was being used.
Are you talking about yourself?
Yes.
Sorry.
And you think I used you?
I think you're going to tomorrow.
No, I don't. If I'm honest with you, just me and you talking, the others can die. I don't want you to get hurt.
Okay,
I don't
now
want
you're just saying sweet things to make me feel better.
No, listen. I hadn't done a lot in my life right, except two things. And I want to be right about the second one. The first one was helping some people find the light and make it to the other side, and taking care of a little child who decided to stay behind. Bless her. Poor fool. Watching out for me. I'm watching out for her. But the second one was pulling you out of that pit. And I knew that this life sucked, but it's a damn sight worse being a shovelhead and being in the Sabbat. And I never turned anybody before or after you. They made me do it. They said, you're going to be a part of this ritual. Get in there and do it. Or I will. And there was a lot of them. And I don't know, there was just something about you, scared and coming in and out of consciousness. Something that reminded me of me.
What?
You looked up and you saw a little girl standing next to me. And you said, hello, little girl.
That does sound like me.
And I knew you saw Pearl, and I couldn't let you go.
Maybe you just
like
didn't want Pearl to see you like this.
Pearl seen me like this. Pearl knows things have to get ugly. Things are ugly in her world too. But we got what we wanted.
Which is what?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I've never told a soul, and this is to show you the trust I have for you.
Okay.
El Messina was killed by the hunters. LaDonna was killed by my hand.
So what I'm hearing is more lies that you told me earlier, you know?
Do you know what the penalty in the Camarilla is for diablerie, whether or not it's a Sabbat or not?
Oh, okay. So you ate her.
Body and soul.
That's good. You know, okay, that's great news, but also I'm mad at you because I was like, oh my God, is she going to come back? Oh my God. And now she's fine. She's gone. She's dead. You need to tell me things, man.
I'm trying to, but I can't tell you things in front of your friends. You can't just blurt everything out.
Ugh, you're right. I was going to say, write me a note, but you know, I'd read it out loud and be like, oh my God. So.
And
okay.
I know this will probably get back to them too, but you have to understand.
I like to be helpful.
But, well, that's not helping anybody if you tell them that.
But then okay, what if they're worried that she'll come back? They probably aren't, are they? You think they are?
I don't know. I don't know what the Camarilla would do if they found out. I hid from them for a while so that the lines went away.
Wait. So you ate her when you were a Sabbat, right?
Yeah.
Then why the fuck would the Camarilla care that one Sabbat ate another Sabbat?
You know, that's a good point.
Yeah.
We kind of are known for doing that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to go tell them, but you don't need to worry about...
Oh, shit.
See, this is why we got to talk to each other.
I didn't... Huh.
See, sometimes you just got to talk it out and realize that some things are worth worrying about and
well,
some
if they
things
knew how
aren't.
bad she was, they would have... I feel like they would have punished me for what I did. And And he starts to do that thing again.
Oh, she'll
where he starts to look like real slowly.
She takes his hand away. Well, sounds to me like you did the right thing.
Sometimes I wonder.
So what powers did you get? Don't you get powers?
Yes, you do. I'm just laughing because
Okay.
it was a cute thing to ask. I'm sorry.
He kind of smirks at you, and he's like, "Some pretty cool ones."
Cool.
That's not good. You shouldn't. No, you shouldn't. That's not. You don't think it's a good thing.
I'm not gonna do it. You think I'm strong enough to do that to anybody? I probably couldn't even get Andre if I wanted to. And he's new.
Okay. Well, now I know how you're reacting. I'll reveal my second lie.
Second? Oh, that's rich. You think you've only told one?
The hunters almost killed Messina.
Did you just fucking lie to me twice in 5 minutes?
I needed to see how you'd react.
To what? To which part? How is this the same?
Because that's your friend's sire.
I barely know her. What? So you're saying that old skeletal bitch is alive?
No, I finished her off.
Oh, come on. Okay, now, okay.
How do you think I can do the things that I can do?
I just thought you were really cool.
And commune with the spirits. Yeah, sure, they can teach you. It takes a long time.
I thought you communed with Pearl long before Ellis.
I did. I can talk to them just like you can talk to them. But it's different. I can control them.
Okay, not to be rude, but how do I know you're telling the truth? Because it kind of sounds like you're either hyping yourself up or you got a little bit of the old spiral going on, you know? It's very hard to trust what you say. But I appreciate you talking to me. I don't know what to think when you say these things.
I understand. I know. And you can tell that he's starting to think about whether or not to do something.
Oh, Christ almighty. Ryan's getting out books and shit. I'm fucked. He's gonna kill me.
No.
He's gonna eat me too. He ate them. He's gonna eat me next.
I don't think he got LaDonna at all. He just got Ella Messina.
You think you lied about LaDonna?
You could roll for
Jesus
bullshit.
Christ.
You could roll for bullshit if you want to.
Oh, that's true. I
you
forgot I
can.
could do that. I'm gonna do that. Which fucking part? Do I have to do separate rolls for each lie?
Yes, you do.
All right. What do
So
I
you can
roll?
do the first truth that you got told. Wits.
How do I? You just told me it's a truth.
Yeah, he told you it's the truth.
The LaDonna part?
That's why I gave you quotes, because you're rolling to see whether or not it was a truth.
I didn't see your...
Yeah, air quotes, truth. Wits plus... subterfuge.
Three. What does the stars mean again?
If you have 2 stars,
2 stars.
are they on the red dice?
No, my red dice is blank.
No, you need 2 of those. If you get 2 of those dice with the stars, it'll be a critical success. Yes. You need 2 dice with stars on
Well, I got 3 successes then.
Okay. So yes, the first one he was telling you the truth on.
So he diablerized LaDonna?
Yes.
Okay, time to talk about time for Ella Messina. I got 2 blacks and a red. All regular.
You mean you got onks on them?
Yeah.
She had 3.
3 successes.
Oh, okay.
He's telling the truth about Ella Messina as well, as far as you
We're
can tell.
telling the truth. Oh! Okay. Why keep this from her? Oh, because she'd get... Why? Okay.
And this one has to be kept from her, you understand?
Yeah. So, how many... Have you diablerized anyone else? Because this is turning into a pattern.
Yeah.
Oh, who?
They had it coming.
Who?
Camarilla people back in the day.
Oh my god. Okay, that's the one you should be worried about.
I don't even know their names.
She feels scared of him for the first time.
That's what
Yeah, what the fuck?
Well, you have to understand that's just what we did. If you were more powerful and it was your enemy, you had every right. Might made right.
My sire is fucking powerful as shit.
Yes, ma'am.
And I probably couldn't even slap Andre if I wanted to. That's funny. That's very funny. And now you're here to take over my shop.
I'm not taking over your shop. I'm not, honest. I want to help you.
Okay.
Listen, I never wanted to play these damn games in Sabat, in the Camarilla. I flip sides because I want, you know what I want more than anything? I want some goddamn peace and quiet.
God. Why did you say that sooner, brother? Yes. Yes, we are on the same page. Absolutely.
I just want a normal life without this bullshit.
Yes. Preach.
And I know this is the last tie tying me to those sons of bitches.
Okay.
It's the last threat to this city of the Sabat, of the old Sabat. If a new one rolls into town, they're probably just going to roll in and be dumbasses and leave. They're all so splintered anymore, but this is the old world. This is the old school Sabat. The ones that still believe their twisted vision of what the world should be. Well, they all do, but these are organized, and I can't explain it more than that.
Okay. Well, you've lit a fire under my ass. I want to kill them too as well. And
all right.
But, part of playing games is telling lies.
I know, and I'm good at it.
I know you are. But it causes a lot of drama and headache.
Tell me about it. I know.
Okay, just putting that out there. Are we gonna buy guns?
Hell yeah, we're gonna buy guns.
Where are we gonna get guns?
This is Louisiana, hun. We could throw a rock and find them.
Do you have an ID?
Yeah.
Didn't he show us one that looked real fake last time?
Yeah.
Do you have a different one for that one?
Yeah, I got a box of them. I had to go find it. I'd dig it up again.
Do they look modern?
I think so. I got one or two in there.
I mean, isn't there a vampire that probably owns a gun shop?
I don't know. That's a good question.
If there is, he probably wouldn't want to buy from him.
Because he probably has to report.
Because that's information that's worth something to someone.
Yeah.
What? You showed up?
He came in here and bought guns. Yeah.
Well,
Your prince. This.
And if the prince already suspects him and us of being Sabat, it's going to paint us in a very bad light. Mm-hmm. It's going to put us under a spotlight. More so than already.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, let's just get some rest.
But that's also, there's a price to be paid. This is what I wanted to tell you. There's a price to be paid for what I've done.
You've already paid, haven't you?
No.
In guilt?
No, in a call.
Huh?
Every day I sleep, I feel it stronger and I try to ignore it.
You told me you don't feel that anymore!
Not since finding you, but sometimes it comes back. And I'm hoping that maybe grounding me here and giving me a reason to stay will...
I don't think that's how it works.
I want it to. I don't want to go over there. No one I know is going over there to come back. And I'm afraid of that.
Well, there's nothing I can do to help with that one, unfortunately. You'd probably get some peace and quiet there.
Maybe. And he's kind of looking off. We'll come back to that.
Hey, check this out.
All right. Have you had time to think, Adam?
I just need a little knowledge.
Okay.
Player knowledge. Real
Sure.
Quick. The thing that we're doing at the lower ward, the apartment, getting better, all that stuff. What was the reasoning for that? I mean, I know it was like because of the old Sabbat. Are they making shovel heads?
Erasmus is saying they're the ones that did it.
They're the ones making the shovel heads.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I thought we needed to find the fetter to find something else.
We did find the fetter.
Yeah, you found the fetter to find out where they were hiding.
Yeah. Duh.
Where who?
The Samishe
Sabbat.
were hiding.
Got it.
It's not Sabbat, it's Samishe.
Shamishe, yeah.
Yeah, that are Sabbat, but yeah. The remainder of Clan Samishe in New Orleans.
Who are Sabbat?
Who are Sabbat.
Okay, so
Okay.
yes.
Yes. You are correct.
Okay. My night went interestingly. That Erasmus is quite a character.
Yeah. You met him, huh?
Yeah, we met him at the where the prince brought him in.
Yeah.
And then
I'm just saying you dealt with him more.
Yeah, he's been staying with the tarot card reading girl.
Wouldn't trust that man.
Why's that?
He's a liar. And he
Accurate.
will stab you in the back to gain what he wants. Turn his back on those that took him in and provided for him.
Okay, now I don't want to tell her about the show thing.
That seemed a little personal for her.
Yeah.
Well, she has an opinion, is what it seems.
Yeah.
I would never trust many Malkavian, but especially Erasmus Casey.
Well, he shared some knowledge about the thin blood infestation.
Oh, and what did he know?
I don't know how to explain it now. Out of game.
She's kind of leaning forward a little more, listening intently.
Yeah.
I mean, just tell her about, he said it was Metatron and Lapis, that they were Shamishe in the lower ninth ward.
He said something about the Samishe in the lower ninth ward.
What? They're long gone. The Samishe aren't in this city. They've all gone.
We drove
when things got bad, that Metatron took his whelp and fled. We never saw them again. No, there's not been a sign of them in almost 30 years. Over 30 years.
Sierra, we drove to an apartment complex where I don't know, I'm not going to say a fetter. Where we had a hint, where you had a hint.
You can talk about the dust on the vehicles and the lack of drug paraphernalia. And
I kind of want to mention.
Well, the Nosferatu are in the lower ninth ward. They have a lot of area there. It could be them. Listen, he's chasing dragons, literally, and trying to atone for something. Who knows what? Maybe he's got a guilty conscience, which he should.
He certainly seems like he has a guilty conscience of something.
Well, none of us got out of the Sabbat with clean hands, as you know. But Casey least of all.
He came out with powers, though.
Yeah, he did.
That old fool is no one to take seriously. And if he's trying to get you involved in something, he's going to walk you into a death trap at best, or a goose chase.
To be fair, that fetter thing does seem like a death trap.
yeah, kind of. Yeah, anyway, where can I buy some guns?
Yeah. feel like we need to do something to protect the district. Then.
What are you talking about?
From outside forces.
You sound like you've been watching Fox News. What the hell is wrong with you?
So these radical sashimi, no.
These Thamish are turning the vampires gay.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm saying. There's just a lot of shit that I don't know about, and I don't know who's right. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know anything that's...
Tell me what's on your mind. Just be direct with me.
Oh. I don't know how to say it. I don't know.
What's he gonna do? Is he gonna spill some beans?
There's just all these people in these clans, and I don't know. I don't really understand any of this. Camarilla, Sabat, whatever.
All you have to understand is one thing. Whatever's going to put you at the top is the right thing to do. If it's going to take power away from you and you're not going to win and come out with the best possible outcome for you, then it's not worth it. That's the only game you have to really play. Whatever the game of the week is, the game you're really playing is, how do I win? How am I coming out as number one in all of this? And if anything that idiot is telling you would put you at the top of something, I say go with my blessing, my child. I wouldn't follow that man anywhere, but maybe he knows something I don't. And you don't have to tell me all your secrets. I would think you a poor La Sombra if you did. But just see how it benefits you first. Anyway, it's getting early.
It's time for bed.
Mm-hmm. And my dinner's getting cold.
Her dinner.
She got another guy?
You look like as you're walking back to your bedrooms, you look in there and there's a dead body laying on the bed.
Cool.
Young, like it's probably like a girl in her 20s.
Mm. Does she look familiar?
Roll.
Oh my god, it's the bitch from the club.
What am I rolling?
Wits plus alertness. Or awareness, sorry. Awareness.
I only got one success.
A flash, that is Amber.
Oh my god!
And then a realization that no,
Oh.
it's not.
Okay.
But then another realization that your beast is mocking you and saying you could be satiated completely right now. You have a number. Call her. Do this. Follow your sire's lead.
Oh.
It's like one of those look, the movie trope where they look and it looks like somebody and then it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of like shake my head and blink and just keep
You
going.
okay?
Yeah.
Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow night.
All right.
And we're back. And he has got ready for the night. Mm-hmm. He's in his vampire pajamas.
Yes. So it's
What do those look like?
They got a little Velcro cape, and it's a onesie that looks like a Dracula outfit.
Oh my gosh, is it really? That's awesome. Are you sure
That
it's
is
not?
Iris's, though.
That's funny because Vicentis.
No, it's just like a white T-shirt and boxers.
Okay, that's funny because Vicentis is like one of those long night shirts.
Yeah.
And it's got a skeleton with a cup of coffee going like this. And it says
Thumbs
good.
up,
Yeah. And it says good enough to wake the dead. And so she makes him come in and she starts bolting everything.
Okay.
Even to the point she even moves a piece of furniture in front of the door.
To keep him in?
To not necessarily to keep.
He's definitely taking it that way. He's like, what are you doing?
So you don't fly away.
No, she doesn't say that. She goes, we have an individual right across that has already demonstrated he has knowledge and power that can be used against me, possibly you.
Yeah.
I knew Erasmus before he was embraced. He was a good man that did not deserve his fate, but that does not mean that he remained a good man.
Well, if he's in with the Sabbat, I would say not.
It's a deadly assumption. Either way. So she moves the furniture back to the door, and then she digs out, and she's got a freaking scythe from under the bed that she props up that if she needed to, she could get to.
Okay. The fuck? You don't even make those anymore. What? You cutting grass? What the?
I will cut anyone who comes into this room who's not supposed to.
Okay, but you know that's wholly impractical, right?
Yes, but it is what I am used to.
Well, look, and he goes, over to his part of the room, or do y'all share a room? Or goes to his area?
I would assume there's more rooms up there.
Yeah.
It's
He goes to his room,
funeral,
and he comes back and he's got an AR-15. And he's like,
I fucking knew it. I knew he was gonna come out with a gun.
yeah. He's like, this beats that.
I would say yes. I just don't know how to.
I'm gonna teach you.
Oh, dear God.
Ooh,
Okay.
a night at the shooting range.
Fair enough. And so she puts it back and locks it up. It's because we didn't have these in the underworld.
No, but these send a lot of people to the underworld.
I imagine. Well, yes, that first world conflict. Yes,
Yeah.
we had a big influx.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she just basically she has one of those old timey beds, like where it has the drapes around it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So she moves back the curtains, and you can tell, like with her pillow, it's kind of rust colored.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if he's paying any attention, like he
sees it.
Because he's probably before tonight never really seen her display much emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably the realization that she probably does cry like every single day with the amount of coloring that's on this. And then she goes and she turns out the light. She goes, come on, we have some things to discuss.
Okay.
And she tells him about what led up to his embrace, because that's what he asked about the last time.
Mm-hmm.
And she explains.
For the viewers or listeners, both, I guess, because we're on YouTube, can you give a little exposition on?
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, okay. She'll go. You ask about your embrace and whether you were bargained for. What happened was that I was called into a meeting with several of the Anazani, several members of the 1444 Council Chamber. That damnable Ambrosino and Capuchin. They told me that I was to be rewarded for my work in the family reunion and that they were going to reward me with a child. And that they had decided that you would be who I would embrace. Or they suggested it, but the more the meeting ran on, it was not a suggestion. You talked about how you feel guilty with ghouling your sister.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had someone that important to you and you were forced to embrace them, the amount of guilt that you would have.
Yeah.
Initially, they said that if I did not want to embrace you, that it would probably be best that you would be killed.
Wow.
I think a few of them realized that did not have the bite that they intended. You have to understand, one step into the daylight and I could have been shed of this mortal coil. And could have been there to help you no matter what the outcome of that was. But the real threat is what came after. When the Puntesca, I think I'm pronouncing that
Puntesca.
right. Yeah, sorry.
That's fine.
And then the Giovanni, hell, even one of the children of Tenochtitlan. No, for sure that one too.
Yeah. Tenochtitlan.
Yeah.
There you go.
Started vying and saying that they would embrace you.
So it was a mercy, huh?
I had hoped.
Okay. Well, what does this have to do with flying? And you freaking the fuck out about that?
I told you have to have context.
Yeah.
And I need you to know that all the years that you were with me after I took you from Marco, you were not just a tool, that you were not expendable, and that you were not something or someone to be frivolously discarded.
Okay.
But I also did not want to damn you to this existence either.
Apparently it was at birth. You have this name and all this shit. You think it sounds good at the time, and then you get into it. Get it? I appreciate it. So, whenever you're ready to talk about it, we will. I know you got apparently thousands of hundreds of years of stuff that you've got to go through, but
not as much. I was in torpor for 700.
Oh, yeah. Okay. A bit of a gap there, right?
Ella Messina kept a stake in my heart.
Wow, what a mom.
It was easier to move me underneath the channels of Venice. The canals of Venice. So she said.
That's bullshit. She could have just woke you up. You can walk with your own feet instead of dragging you around.
She was afraid that when the Giovanni overthrew the Cappadocians, that I would resist.
She didn't. She just, what you're saying, you told me earlier, she's just hiding. So I'm sure she would have had you hide. Fuck her. She doesn't know. And now she did all this shit if Erasmus is telling the truth. Sorry, but the ghost was right. You didn't deserve that.
He hears some little sniffles.
He puts his arm around you. And he's like, listen, it's a complicated relationship. I get it. I get it more now. Jesus. But you have to understand that if she's gone, all that you were living for her. It sounds like you were doing all this shit, even coming back from being dead to do her plans.
I needed her help.
And for what? Revenge?
No. To get someone back from oblivion.
Oh, that doesn't happen.
Does for us.
No, that's the end.
Not for the Giovanni. Not for the Cappadocians.
Oh. Okay. I'll take your word for it, but don't be upset about it. Look, it's oh shit. Sun's coming up. We can talk about this later. I'm sorry I upset you. I really am.
You didn't upset me.
I am. Hey, lay here. And he puts his arm around you. And he holds you and pulls the curtains around and lets you cry. You cry even more as it feels really familiar.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new day. You're all stirred by the moon rising, the sun setting. Let's see if that beast gets hungrier. Let's do a rouse check, everybody.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
My desire was fulfilled because I found out if LaDonna was alive or dead.
Okay.
What do I do?
So you get all your willpower back.
Oh, I'm full.
Okay.
That's okay. Now I gotta come up with a new one.
Yep. Don't be afraid to spend willpower in this because it comes back pretty frequently. But yes, keep track of those. That's good.
How do I
So
do the browse again?
you roll a dice, one dice, and if you get a symbol, you're fine. If you don't get a symbol, hunger increases by 1.
Hunger increased by 1.
That was good.
Okay.
I'm hungry a little bit.
Okay. Erasmus is fine. Ig is not. And he says, if it's all right with you, I'm gonna go grab the last little bit of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna go get a washcloth too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jeez. Okay. I'll be back. Actually, since we're saying you cried that much, your hunger is going up too.
Okay, yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah. So he's got enough for both of you. Monica, are you okay with being at hunger too, or you want to try to do something about it?
I think I'm okay.
Okay. So you're all supposed to meet back up today. I don't want to keep doing one-on-one sessions. Mm-hmm. So if there's something that we need to discuss, that you really need to say to the other NPCs, we can do that. If that's okay, I'd like to get us all back together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you come to the venue, the business, the place, whatever it's going to become.
Are we going to Iris's?
You could, yeah.
Or are we meeting in the funeral home? Where are we meeting?
We seem to have been stopping.
Are my windows fixed yet?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Glass is pretty quick, and he made good on his promise.
All right, cool.
Somewhere in there, somewhere in that.
You didn't have to bother with it, actually.
I just told.
You didn't. You just told
Winston
that, this needs to be fixed. And
cool.
It was.
Sick.
Magic.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess some small piece of business, we don't actually have to role play it, but did Winston get the papers?
Yes.
Okay.
You have them.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's a lot of information. It's proposals and blueprints and, architectural, renderings of what this place will look like. It's got an address. And it's only a block away from their location.
Oh, great.
And it's just basically turning it into more upscale apartments, studio type apartments.
Okay.
But you can look at it more in detail probably later in the night.
I'll look at it as a little bit of material, but I'll have Winston read me a bedtime story.
Okay, sounds good.
Essentially.
All right, I'll have him roll for it in a little bit. Sounds good. All right, so you're off. You arrive at Iris's place. Her and Erasmus are there, and you two are there as well shortly thereafter. And you're all in the same room to discuss dastardly plot, maybe. Erasmus is sitting there with something wrapped in a big Crown Royal bag. And he hands it to you.
She carefully takes. Is it heavy?
Uh-huh.
What is it?
And she.
It's a stone
Gargoyle.
gargoyle face.
She knows what it is. In fact, she doesn't look at it, but she does position it in front of Ig to open it up and look at it. And she is kind of looking at his face to see if there's any kind of anything on his.
He just kind of, oh, that's old. Wow. Is that from the motherland?
Yes.
Interesting.
So no recognition. Seems like okay. So she covers it back up. She's kind of holding on to it like.
What the hell is that?
It's hers. It's her property. I'm returning
It's
it
a
to her.
gargoyle head.
Okay. Did we hear back from the dead girl?
No, but I can make her come back.
We need to know what we're getting ourselves into.
Yeah, scouting is the first thing we need to do.
No offense, y'all, but this place doesn't. Well, no. Okay. It's pretty thin here. I think we can do it here. And he pulls out the hairbrush and he's like, Pearl.
Didn't we just do it here last time?
Yeah. He's just thinking, like.
He's thinking out loud.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like whether it'd be worth it to do it there.
Right. Pearl, hun, we need to know what you found. Come on back to us. And she, she slowly materializes, in ghost-like form. Hey, what'd you find out? She's like, jackpot. That's the place. I couldn't get very far, though. There's some pretty heavy wards for my kind.
That's not good. Where are they at?
Like in this main room.
In the bottom?
Oh, she already went?
Yeah.
Oh,
She had a whole day's worth of time.
She could go during the daytime.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
She said, they all
Sorry.
showed her, and she said, yeah, I could do it.
My bad.
Would-
Sorry.
Yeah. So, just like in, I guess the head honcho's office. I don't know. It was weird in there.
How many
the
bodies
walls
are in the
felt like they were
walls?
cyan and stuff.
Oh, yucky.
Like in the labyrinth. Oh, you never went. Never mind.
See, I think, fuck.
Hey, it was your brother.
Well, I appreciate it. But I didn't want to know who.
You wanted to go at the time.
Well, I said I did. I was a kid. You'd shown it to me. I probably would have
Anyway,
changed my
about
tune.
the body walls.
Yeah. It's, I don't really, I see a lot of stuff in my world. That took the cake. So it's 3 floors. There's stairs leading up to the second and stairs leading up to the third, but there's no doors.
No door.
It's a long hall, except at the end, at the 3rd floor, there's a room, and I couldn't get in the room, but I could look in.
You couldn't go through a body wall?
I couldn't go through the ward.
A ward.
Shit. If she can't go through the ward, I probably can't either.
So,
But,
is there any windows?
well, Erasmus is like, I can get rid of that shit.
Are there windows looking into this?
No, there's windows, but they're bodied up.
Ew.
They don't let any light in. Oh, there's light. God. There's like hands holding candles that are burning some kind of fat.
Oh, wow.
Charming.
Can you smell?
No.
Damn. I wish we knew what we were getting into.
Don't. I know you don't have to. Don't. Go in there looking fucking dead. Don't. Oh my God. Listen, I just know that there were people walking around.
How many?
Yeah. I'm going to my notes.
She was thorough.
There were 4 that were actually moving around. There was a lady at the reception desk, and the reception area looked normal. Like, it looked like it was pretty well open to the public, and like
That's
people
weird.
could come in and, inquire about the apartment. This is a front though, like I don't think anybody was making it past that lady. But she looked normal, except she was like really overly happy and smiling and staring. I felt like she might have watched me, but it was just weird because she was just looking straight forward with a smile, just like, and she kept looking forward the whole time like that at the door. And then I didn't go down there because it was a lot of noise and it reminded me too much of like the labyrinth. There was a basement and I could hear something down there, something big.
Oh, shit.
But it sounded like it was in a cage. Well, then there were 3 others. And 2 others. No, there's 3 humans. One of them was really wiry, like way more wiry than he had a right to be, and his legs were backwards, like a goat or a cricket, like the joints in his knees. And the other one, he looked like he's fucking made of bricks. It was just dense, like just solid meat. I don't know. He was wearing a suit, but he was just like standing outside that door, and I didn't want to go any further. I felt like the skinny one kind of sensed me or something. I don't know. I'm just being paranoid. That place is. You guys should just burn it down and cut your losses with that.
No.
There are books in there.
I know that, but
It's not just my fetter.
I get that, but
Did you see?
But he's not come to this side of the world in a long, long time.
Really? Because somebody said he was still around.
He is around. Yeah, but he doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to. Jesus, you're really going to make me say it. He doesn't have to serve at somebody's whim, whether he wants to or not, and threaten to overthrow humanity against his will.
And I'm happy for him on that.
So he, kind of hid as far down as he could after that.
Not too far down.
So you're saying we could burn the building down?
Let's please not.
Oh, okay.
It's not my fetter, but I say go for it. Fuck that place. Hire somebody to go in there with gasoline. No one's going to miss it anyway.
Could we?
Yeah, I would just say that place is fucking house of horrors.
Erasmus.
Yeah. And he's just kind of looking paler than normal hearing all this.
Do you think we could send an invitation? A request for a meeting with this Metatron?
Well, not from me.
No, from the child of Ella Messina.
I don't think. Well, they might buy it. They've got your book.
They don't know it's my book.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Why do they know it's my book?
Because Ella Messina told them.
Why the fuck would she tell them?
I told you, she lost her mind.
So she said, here's my dead child's fetter.
I don't even think she went that far with it. Just here's some here's a book of my child's. Would you care to read it and peruse it? I don't remember. I was recovering. I had, had spoken out of turn to LaDonna, and I had to pay for that. So, sorry. Through the pain, it was kind of hard to
I'm not mad
catch
at you.
everything that was said.
I'm not mad at you. I'm angry at the situation. And I am sorry for the suffering that you have endured.
Thanks.
Fuck it. Pearl.
Yeah.
If there was a distraction, could it be possible that a group could propel or repel their way into the third floor and retrieve it? And then light it afire.
The windows covered with meat. I mean, yeah,
Then
bring a steak knife after you kick the window in.
I've got a sigh.
It's Mom. That's not the right term. Sire. No.
What if, okay, so Vicenta does the invitation thing and goes in there. I use unseen passage to go in right behind her, and then I can help sneak around. You think they'd see me?
They possibly spotted a dead girl. They could probably spot you.
Yeah.
That one at the reception area, I swear to God, was looking at me.
Damn.
I don't have any proof, but I swear to God she was looking at me. But none of the others I felt really were. Like the mantis looking fuck or whatever he was sort of, but not really. Like, I think it was just like him being hyper vigilant and trying to be really good at his job or something. I don't know. Maybe he gets off Saturdays or something for doing good, serving fucking Satan. I don't know. But that one downstairs, if you can deal with that one, whatever the fuck's going on with her, I think she's like the eyes of the place.
Erasmus, maybe you could tell her to go to sleep?
Yeah, I could try that. Yeah.
And then I can meet with, as a distraction while y'all, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna get in that room. That's where we think the book is. Could you just ask for it back? What the fuck do they want with it?
I could trade. But they're not called dragons for nothing. They're covetous.
Yep. They are. I can get in there. I don't think we can go in there guns blazing. I think we got to be smart.
You said we needed guns.
We need guns still, but not big ones. Pistols, something we can hide. We need to, or we do. I don't know.
This is starting to seem like more trouble than it's worth.
Maybe.
Fine, I'll get the book myself.
How? You can't even get in the room.
And it can with an invitation.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
If they invite my ass in.
So what do?
We
We can
use her as a distraction. She's invited in. And while she's talking to the head honcho, we come in and
what?
we'll go to the military surplus.
What?
and we'll plant some bombs.
Ooh.
After you get your book.
A bomb.
Yeah.
A bomb.
Bombs.
Bombs.
That's gonna
Way too much attention.
be way too much attention.
A meth lab exploded down there.
They know how to look for evidence of that.
That's why we're going to use stuff that you make meth to make the bombs.
No. That's way too complicated. I'd rather smash open the body windows.
No. Ig here used to watch a show. What was that?
Breaking. No. That doesn't teach you how to do anything.
But they didn't work with that meth substance.
He's insane. No offense. Yeah. No.
Okay. Let's combine our plans. She gets invited in. We walk in. You tell the eyes bitch to go to sleep after she's already up there. Then we walk up there too while she's doing that. Then we're back up. Because she can't go in there alone.
If this is old school Sabbat, why do we not just go in and present ourselves as Sabbat?
Because if anyone finds out, we're fucked. They'll just use that as proof against
If we're
us.
presenting as Sabbat, then I'm not going. I have too much to lose and not enough to gain from this situation.
Fair
That's
enough.
true. I mean, if we killed them, no one would find out. But
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
what I figured we were doing.
So, listen. I know a guy who can make them.
Make what? Bombs?
Yeah.
Then why'd you say we have to go to army surplus?
Because he's at the army service.
Oh, okay.
He knows how to make this meth bomb.
Possibly, but we'll have to help him because he's only got one arm.
No. How'd he lose his arm?
I'm
In war?
From a bomb he made?
No, a big war.
With bombs?
I'm sure there were bombs there.
Who is it?
His name's Virgil.
Is Virgil on this side or the other side of the shroud?
Virgil's just a guy. But the surplus is near a homeless shelter I used to help out with.
Okay, even if we get bombs, that doesn't help us get in.
The distraction.
You just need a distraction. Blammo will blow these fuckers up.
There's so much that could go wrong.
Where are we getting the book and all this?
Yeah,
You
she
go
would
in.
have to pick it up and leave.
Work your charm.
What?
Get the book. You had a great idea. They're going to be watching you. I can make us all disappear.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We be sneaky.
You go in with your child for protection. You know, dignitaries, if you want to play the Sabbat card, that's great. However, I believe you can do it. We go down there, plant these bombs, and get out of there.
Well, okay, is there a way to remote detonate the bomb so she's not on a timer to get out of there?
Yeah.
Or are
You
you
don't
just
know.
going to blow my
Ask Virgil.
holes in there?
No.
Because it'd be awful suspicious if they went up all leisurely and they grabbed the book and they're like, we gotta go, bye.
I know that.
Okay. Does
Andre, you're being awful quiet. I'm not saying we have to do this. If you got a better idea, I'll hear it.
I can't say I have a better idea.
Every
other
idea
than-
sounds bad. Let's just lay it straight. All these ideas sound bad because this is a very scary place.
It's very dangerous. What we're trying to do.
I'm just trying to.
And we can go about this another way. The glory would be ours if we did this, but if we want to tell the Camarilla what we have, I'm certain that they could handle it.
The Camarilla may not believe us.
There's also that.
The Camarilla.
Why wouldn't they believe us?
Or they hear it, and as paranoid as I am, somehow Metatron hears it.
The Camarilla are not going to believe it because Erasmus has a reputation for lying.
Joy.
She says, looking at Erasmus.
If Erasmus is our only source of this, it'd be very easy for them to take anything that we tell them and blame it on Nosferatu living there, or anything of the sort.
And it's out of game. It's not close to Andre's area, is it? So we can't say he was, scoping it out.
Yeah.
It is?
It's surprisingly close, actually.
Well, I know you already told Sierra that it was from Erasmus, but maybe if you were like, okay, I was scoping this out and this looks really suspicious. Do you have any intel, Prince Charity? And then, no, then they might blow it up and then fucking we'll lose the book. I don't know.
Ig is just looking at you like, if it's a meat palace, I don't know. I mean, it feels like a pretty big masquerade breach if you've got something like that.
I feel like blowing up
It
an
is
entire
a massive
building
masquerade breach.
would be a massive masquerade breach.
Yeah. If
Because
the building's insides are exposed and people can see that it's burning
everything
bodies,
would go out. We can't hide that.
I mean,
Burning flesh.
it would be like people would say that hundreds of people were killed in this explosion.
Hundreds of people that are not unidentifiable
Right.
and unaccounted for. It wouldn't make any sense. You're right. We can't blow it up.
With
it would just rain blood over that entire area.
Yeah.
Erasmus kind of looks and goes, well, yeah, that's a problem with my plan.
What would the Camarilla do about it?
Yeah.
Wait him out. See if one leaves, makes a move. Observe the place for months and months and months.
They've already made a move. They've been making thin bloods.
I know.
I mean, at some point, the thin blood is going to go and create a massive fuck up like the ones almost did at the methadone clinic.
Well, if we could say that we have evidence that they're tied to these people, maybe we could get support. I don't know.
What evidence do we have?
Maybe we should just scope them out.
None. They're all gone. Well, that we know of. We know Salt's gone. The other ones fled, according to y'all, but what if they didn't leave? We'd have to hunt them down, though.
So we hunt down this thin blood, take them to the Camarilla, who will kill them, by the way.
Yeah.
We can't take these thin bloods to the Camarilla.
No.
Because if we take them to the Camarilla, then I'm going to look like a fuck up.
That's true.
So
That's true, and I'm not going to get a new bookshop remake.
I'm going to kill. I will kill them before they get shown to the prince.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well,
If we go in, create a distraction, get the book, get evidence that they're there, can we take the evidence then to the Camarilla and have them deal with it?
Then it's not as much as a fuck up on Andre's part if he's like, I found the source. Here's the source of them.
It's not even a fuck up at that point. It's not
it's
even
his
in
job.
his domain. He's going above and beyond for the Camarilla.
Pearl goes,
Oh, I forgot you were here. Ah!
yeah, still here.
Sorry.
Ghost girl. If I throw something out there, you know the candles that I saw?
Yes.
I don't think they were wicks.
They were dicks.
No.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ, no.
Sorry, that wasn't even in character. My bad.
Yes, it was.
It might have been. I don't know.
I mean, maybe they were, I don't,
Vicenta's like red.
but I think they were just, there was a fuel source.
What?
I think that building has gas.
Yeah, if all the walls are bodies.
And if
Ew.
if there was a gas leak, fire is bad for you guys.
Yes.
But if there was a gas leak, and
They would have to leave.
the building went up that way,
It can't blow up.
or there's a gas main leak.
But then it would make sense for it to blow up.
Yeah.
There's still going to be hunks of flesh
There would
that
be
don't make sense.
There would be in a grand explosion anyway.
Okay.
I feel for those people that are in there, but they're already dead. Just how are they going to come back?
It would
And even if you got put back, this is Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you got put back, your mind is gone. You can't become a wall and stay sane.
Why can't we create a gas leak in there and then they have to come out and then we don't have to go into the nasty house and then we kill them and then we go into the house?
Where are we going to kill them at?
But how are you going to get them out if there's... Yeah.
We're going to kill them out in the streets?
Yeah. It's true.
The only thing we can do is...
And then so
block.
Casey looks excited again. So we're back to the bombs.
No, if you're going to do the gas leak,
Oh.
we'd have to get in unnoticed, create the leak, and then lock all the doors, make sure they can't get out. Can't they die to a gas leak? I don't
No,
know.
we don't breathe.
Oh,
Oh,
shit,
right.
that's right. They wouldn't even give a shit about a gas leak.
I mean, the things in there would, but the vampires themselves, no, they're going to be fine.
So we would just have to
But-
kill the vampire. If we kill all
If
the
we
little
create
minions.
But if we create a gas leak and
Yeah.
they do have to come out, they will probably come out with that book.
No.
They won't.
No, Erasmus says he's just kind of like they'd want to come out with all their treasures if they were doing that, and the book's not priceless to them. Just no
But they
offense, it
would-
just happens to be in his collection.
But they would leave. That means the vampires would leave
I don't.
Yeah.
because there'd be a bunch of... Because that whole
So you're saying
building-
they leave and we go in,
They leave after everyone else has died from the gas leak.
but they can't. Their ghouls will still be in there. Slochko will still be in there.
I thought there were 2 people in there.
They can't take those out in public.
Okay, here's the. Would the gas leak kill the slotch?
Yeah, they still breathe.
Okay, so if we create the gas leak, kill all the organics, and then we're just dealing with the vampires, is what I thought we were talking about.
Yeah, me too.
I was down when we think we need to deal with the vampires.
We've got to. And Erasmus looks focused on that.
I mean,
he can't live.
You can deal with those vampires then. It
'Cause
seems like
that's
it's
what-
your plight.
All right.
I mean, the Camarilla's going to want the vampires dead. That's what's going to impress them.
All right, I'll deal with him. Okay. Well, when we doing this?
I don't even know if I even... I don't know if I need to be involved. I don't even know how this is going to look if I'm going to be involved.
You can help me. You got a credit card?
What am I trying to buy?
Well, I need you to take out a loan and give me cash.
For what?
How I'm going to deal with him.
How are you going to deal with the vampire?
Mm-hmm.
I think
How much do you need?
I'll probably 10,000.
What the fuck?
Okay, we're going to do this instead. You have a big pile of money.
Yeah.
I'll fund the business side of it. I'll fund the business here that you would have put towards, and then you can use your own money to buy whatever illegal crazy shit you need to, because
Okay.
I do not want to put my name on. I don't have my credit card
Yeah.
on a bunch of purchases or
No.
giving out a loan.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I knew why. That's why you're a smart one. I can see why she picked you. All right. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, I'm going to the store.
What are you buying?
Toys.
Tell us what you are buying. We need to properly vet what you're buying and make sure it's not traceable or going to breach the Masquerade or... That's why we're a team, remember? We talk things out.
Talking to Virgil about something we can use to
tell me a specific
blow
noun.
that place up. Something that goes boom.
We're not trying to boom it.
No, not with y'all in there. You said I could handle it how I wanted to.
No, we said you need to handle it, not how you want to.
But that's how I'm going to handle it.
No. What we were discussing was that we were going to create the gas leak to get the vampires out of the building.
Yeah. And then once they're out, I put this in there. And then once they're cozy, I set it to go off.
During the day.
Yeah.
I'm anti-blowing the building up.
I know.
If you blow this building up during the day, do you realize the stir that's going to cause in this city?
Of course, but there's already been a report of a gas leak hours before.
Okay, tell me when a gas leak causes an entire block to rain blood. If this building is made of people and it blows up like people do, then it's going to cause the largest explosion.
Well, what if it's a
viscera.
phosphorus bomb? What if it's something that burns?
How will we explain that?
The building goes up in flames.
There's not enough.
They have
left.
ways to track forensics. Don't you watch true crime?
It's going to reek of human flesh.
Okay, here's the thing though. If there were people in the building when the building blew up, it was going to do that anyway.
Right.
That's my thing. It was always going to have people parts because there's not going to be
parts do not look regular. And when they test the DNA, it's all going to be blended together if they find a chunk of meat. And I don't know where the bones go. They're going to be like, where are all the bones to this shit? And they're going to see this was caused by phosphorus, not by gas.
Do you think they're going to care that much?
That's why I'm going to talk to Virgil and tell him
That's true.
And then I'm going to talk to him. He's going to have it out with me, and he's going to forget we ever had the conversation.
I mean,
you understand me.
This is also a building. I hate to be this person, but this is also a building in the lower 9th Ward. I don't think they're going to give that much of a fuck.
That's true. All these people are already
Who runs
missing.
the lower 9th Ward?
The Nosferatu do.
Should we get them involved?
That's not
It is their territory.
It is their territory, and they may have more intel.
You could. Yeah.
I do prefer talking over blowing up.
But that's bringing the Camarilla in.
Oh. Is there a real chill Nosferatu we can talk to? Any chance? One who's,
They're different.
How?
They just like to keep to themselves a lot and trading information.
Did you see what?
Us coming to them about this will get back to the Camarilla. It's useful for them.
Okay, never mind.
So
blowing it up.
What? Who were the vampires that were in there? Not like who they are, but like what did they look like Nosferatu?
Oh, and you're talking to Pearl.
Yeah.
Oh God, no! They're hideous. One looked like she was like her skin was so clean and white that it looked like a porcelain mask or something she was wearing. It was creepy. Like, like one of those like theater masks.
Mm-hmm.
Like her skin looked like that. It was unnerving. Like all of her, like a porcelain doll almost, like no pores or anything. Then there was another one that was like his face was like contorted with needle teeth and clawed hands. And then I think the one that I know of, the Metatron, looked just like Metatron does. And he's got this, his head goes back like this. His skin is gray. And he looks like he's got almost like a Triceratops hood, like from the dinosaur books.
Mm-hmm.
But then you realize it's hands that form that.
Are they just
they've really let themselves go, man.
Are they just grafting body parts on themselves?
No, they can make themselves look like that.
What kind of vampires do this?
Shimmy-shay.
Shimmy-shay.
Yeah. Damn. He always looked a little weird, but he made himself look normal in public. I guess he really has gone. And if there's as many bodies in there, he can just pull one off the wall. And oh God,
would the Nosferatu be aware of their presence?
They might. I don't know. They know a lot.
To be making a deal with them to keep that building.
Hey, you might have something there.
And then turn in the Nosferatu?
No.
Oh.
If we work with assistance with them, and this has value to them too, you may have something.
Then they go to the Camarilla.
They will, but with us in tow. With us in tow.
I thought we were avoiding this.
I know, but
I just want my book
Pearl's
back.
the way Pearl's laying it out, it's maybe a bigger job than I thought.
The other part of it too is that while yes, the police and everything may not care that a lower ninth ward building went down, if the Nosferatu know anything about this building, they are going to want to know why this building went down.
And we couldn't be opening a whole other can of worms.
No, because then we go to the prince right after. This is what we did. You're welcome.
That's why then we need to find out more what the Nosferatu know about the situation. At this point, if I have a good word with the prince, then maybe I can sway her closer to my side in this.
Where they don't just go destroy the building and my property.
I can, if the prince gets involved and wants to destroy that building, I can make sure that we sweep through it and get what we need out of it.
How will you explain the book?
Easy. It is told that Ella Messina gave the book to the Shamishe. Ella Messina had knowledge that should only belong to Clan Hecata, and Clan Hecata will not stand for such information to remain out of the clan.
I don't know if she is aware or if the prince is going to be.
Well, I could set up a meeting with Avery.
Who?
Avery Smith, Nosferatu. She's the keeper of Elysium.
Do you know her?
She knows me, of me. I know of her. I know where she is, looking around, looking for them. I know I've run into her, and she's asked what I was doing. Of course, wasn't exactly forthright with her.
Perhaps let them know that if the Camarilla is not helpful in retrieving this information, that more Hecata may be coming to help retrieve it ourselves. Should they want less Hecata in their city.
Okay.
We're gonna threaten the Camarilla with
I'm not.
threats of.
I think I can handle it. If that's the route y'all want to go, I could set it up. Y'all get an audience with them. I don't know if they'll bite with just me, but maybe if you all present that we're all doing this. I don't know.
Do we want the meeting?
I think Andre probably prefers a meeting over going in anything with like blowing shit up.
Meeting?
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if it gets back to even Sierra, my own sire, about like, oh, I was involved in blowing up this building and this, that, and the other, like it's just gonna cause way more problems than it's gonna.
It's too many chances for shit to go wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Meeting.
You have
please.
a telephone? I can.
Yeah.
And he grabs a wallet out of his back pocket, and there's all these like notes stuffed in it. And he kind of pours it out on the floor, and he starts rifling through them.
Can I look and see if there's anything interesting?
Sure. Give me wits plus awareness.
Oops. Did I roll that?
No, I know what it means.
Okay.
So you have no successes and a skull.
Uh-oh.
It means bestial failure.
What the fuck am I gonna do about this?
Maybe you're very frustrated at the roundabout conversation.
So
We'll find out.
So
I was just trying to be nosy. Shit.
You're going to find the papers and rip them up, and we're not going to be able to contact Avery.
So you start to look for patterns and, things like there's receipts. Why did he keep that receipt? Why does he? Oh, there's a name written on the back of that. Well, that one's to a Chinese restaurant. Why does he have that?
Yeah.
And you start to notice, and they go around and around and around and around and around. And you start to look around your surroundings, and everything feels a little grayer, and you can see Pearl clearer. And you can see other spirits standing off in the distance.
The aliens!
Watching you all.
The aliens!
You know they're not aliens. You know they're ghosts.
Oh.
Yeah. And you're seeing through the shroud a little bit more at this point. And you can see Vicenta clearly within her body. You can also see a gargoyle standing right next to her.
Where Ig is?
Mm-hmm. And then you shake your head and it's gone. But you get...
I'm sorry, Monica's look.
But it wasn't a ghost. It was like a projection of something. Like an avatar almost. A representation of a past something. Whatever it is, you're sure that it's made the kid have some weird dreams. But you get nothing from the notes because you're too distracted by all this crazy shit going around.
I say, that man is a gargoyle.
Vicenta does everything she can not to drop her football head because she almost dies.
What?
That man is a gargoyle.
She's like trying to sit her feather.
And that was Egg saying that. And you just repeated.
Vicenta's trying to sit the head on the floor so that she's not
he
dropping
looks at you and he's like, sorry. And, just keeps going through
I saw ghosts.
I'm going upstairs. I need to make a phone call.
Okay. Yeah, you can use our apartment. Is that okay? You can go make a call.
That man's a gargoyle.
You need to quit.
I'm going upstairs.
Okay.
Vicenta's just sitting on the floor so she doesn't drop her gargoyle head.
What are you doing upstairs?
I need to call Winston.
Okay. All right.
And then...
He picks up. Of course, it's staticky at best.
Yeah. I'm kind of walking away from the phone on speaker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Winston, have you been able to look over those documents?
All I heard was look and document. Yeah. I get home. Information. You. Interesting.
Ooh.
Okay.
Good deal.
Okay. Talk soon.
Yeah.
Talk.
Yeah, pretty much. And then it just beep, and shuts off completely.
You broke my phone.
That's his phone.
No. Oh, you mean his cell phone?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. After finding it. Yeah, I found it. I put it on this pencil box back because Avery was the brand of the pencil. And then,
When Andre went into our apartment, it was like that meme of Hillary Clinton in that tiny little apartment.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did that.
And they're all just kind of like, he was oblivious to her, and y'all are all just...
Iris is like poking Ig. Like gently, not like...
He's like, he pushes you. Quit.
Why don't you feel like... You kind of feel like Stone, actually.
Uh-oh, Ig's about to fight everybody.
He's like, stop. What?
I saw you. You're a gargoyle. She's a ghost. You're a gargoyle.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
How are your dreams been? Gargoyle dreams?
No.
Statue dreams? Ghost dreams?
can you stop talking, please? And he's like, I gotta go out. And he just leaves the building.
Did I just out him in front of everyone? I'm sorry.
I'm like,
excited.
Vicenta's sitting on the floor, like, zoned out.
I've ruined this gargoyle family.
I just need.
I'm sorry.
I'm returning home for a brief second. I will be back.
Okay.
I'll call him and we'll set this up. Or do you want to be there or you want me to just handle it?
I need to think about whether I need to be there or not.
Okay. All right. Put these back in alphabetical order now. And he's just shoving them in. All right. So off you go.
Yep.
All right. So they're all sitting in stunned silence. He's out, outside, just got his head down like this.
I probably see him as I'm getting in the car.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's just like staring off. And he just, you get in your car, head off.
I asked Erasmus, do you know he was a gargoyle?
No, he's not a gargoyle.
Yeah, he is. I saw him. I saw ghosts.
What did you see?
Did you not know? I'm sorry, your son is a gargoyle. I don't know how it happened.
He's not a gargoyle. Obviously, he's not a gargoyle.
I saw
He
it.
points outside the window looking at him.
What did he look?
That big old statue right next
As
to
they're
you.
talking.
Mm-hmm.
You arrive.
Yeah.
You're looking the documents over. Or
Yes, I won't. Well,
Sierra's not there.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Good. So I'm discussing with Winston, I want him to I'm looking over them, but him pointing out the important stuff,
right.
essentially.
Yeah.
Like a boss.
Yeah.
Tell me what you saw.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, it's your standard boilerplate, proposition for renovation of a property. We have no liability in it. Obviously, he already owns them. It's more of a, courtesy that he's asking for as far as what you're telling me, as far as it's laid out. I mean, you really, other than gaining somebody that has access to your district, another one of you guys in your district, I don't think you're losing anything. It's an old building, it's got history as far back as, early settling of the area, being like a hotel for a while and then becoming this. But other than that, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it.
I heard you said something that was interesting.
Yeah, just the history of it. The fact that it, is so old, goes back to, late 1700s, early 1800s.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's probably why it hasn't been touched, because it's on the historical district records. But he's wanting to do, I mean, if you look at his plans here, he's wanting to do a facelift, keeping everything aesthetically like the old, which is going to have its own touristy charm, I'm sure, And,
yeah.
But it's TBD on whether or not he wants to turn it back into a hotel or apartments. The renovation will take place first. I would imagine it's probably contingent on what you're doing with your area. That's the only thing I can see. The rooms are going to be remodeled, all that. But really, it's just a matter of, is he going to put microwaves and mini fridges in there, or is he going to, make them full apartments?
Okay. I'm fine with him doing that.
Okay.
As making sure that I'm.
Do you want me to call him back, or do you want to call him?
Make sure I'm gaining from this.
Yeah, I can. If you want, I can make sure that happens. I mean, we can.
That I'm gaining the favor.
Yeah.
Of the prince. By helping him.
I mean, you're helping. I don't know much about it. What's your prince or anything? I know that's the person in charge, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine that if he's higher up there and has a relationship with whoever that is, then I would think you would. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can draw up something, contractually that just says, if you want rights and, that you boons. I know about those.
Mm-hmm.
Sierra told me about them. We can do a boon, and draw up that.
Okay.
And make that, pretty concrete. I think we can make it happen for you, boss. I don't think that's any problem.
Okay, that sounds good.
If I do that though, can I get?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And I'll just do it right now.
Okay. So you're cutting and okay. All right, make a rouse check. You get a little hungrier as you lose this blood, but you do, lick the wound and it closes back, so your hunger increases by 1. So yeah, he finishes drinking and he says, thank you. And he slinks off like he's done before, like he's ashamed of what he does, but needs it, And he, takes the documents with him and, he promises you as he's at the door, he's like, man, I'll make this right. I'll show it to you before we send it out, but I'll make it right. I promise, Andre. I promise.
Okay. Thank you, Winston.
Hey, thank you. And he scurries away.
Okay.
So, meanwhile, I was interrupting a meltdown.
I'm going to head back now.
You're heading back. Yeah. Okay. Now that you're taking care of that. Yep.
No, she's just asking Iris, what did he look like?
He looked like a big old statue standing right next to you.
She unfolds the...
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. I didn't know. I had no idea that gargoyles could mate with, like, humans and vampires. That is... Do we need to, tell somebody? Is he a new breed?
And he's just still sitting out there, just like, you get every once in a while see him shake his head no, and he's just, looking up at the sky.
Wanting to smoke a cigarette right
now.
Yeah,
exactly. It's not that it's emotionally draining, it's just like, the Malkavian got to him, and he's just like, God, it's just like a roll your eyes, but at the same time, little tinks of something. You don't know what you said that got to him, but you could, it's like that. It's like, I need a minute type thing.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of what Vicenta is too, because she kind of wants to just latch onto that and run with it. But at the same time, she is talking to a Malkavian.
That's why Erasmus is just still doing his own thing and doesn't even care,
and just, yeah.
I saw a bunch of ghosts. I don't know what happened. I saw Pearl really clear. I saw you really clear. And I saw him.
Well, then what did I look like? And just out of character so you know.
She describes Vicenta.
Yeah, because Vicenta does look remarkably like her body she's in now. Mm. The only difference is his body's a little bit... not shrunk. She's very thin.
Okay.
like almost, yeah.
She describes you, Vicenta's body.
Now that has her attention.
Erasmus is showing you the phone, I'm gonna call.
Okay.
All right.
Just out of curiosity, does technology only mess up only to me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Lasombra clan thing. Like hers is the painful bite.
Yeah.
Hers is failing upwards. It's basically she gets madness and she gets visions and all this stuff that happens whenever.
So while he's on the phone and I'm in the if I'm in the room, which I'm not yet, but if I was, he'd be
fine.
He'd be fine.
But as soon as you picked up the phone or trying to listen in, then
cool.
Yeah. And it's a little open to interpretation, but that's the way I'm taking it. Otherwise, things would never happen.
That's true. Lights would be flickering and shit.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So can't go too wild with it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But yeah, so he's talking to somebody on the phone, and so and you can hear, I understand. Yeah. Well, we need to set up a meeting, and it's important. And you keep hearing things like that. And then you hear names, he's mentioning himself and, my child and a Giovanni and Sierra's and, I know how it looks. I understand. I know. Yeah.
Don't forget the gargoyle boy.
And he does cut you eyes at that, he said. And he goes, I said stop. Look out there. Think about others. You upset him. You didn't mean to, but you did. We do that. And when we come down from it, we got to realize that, okay?
Okay. She shuffles outside. She's going to go apologize, too.
Okay.
I'm sorry I said you were a gargoyle in front of everybody. When I see things...
I don't even know what that means. It's just there's just a lot of weird shit happening lately. And then you do that, and it's just...
I'm like an amplifier of weird shit. I apologize.
I'm learning that. You and your sire both, I think.
Yeah. It's a blessing. It's a curse. If you want, I could read your tarot. Or
No.
your palm.
No. That's okay.
Well, it could help you figure things out.
No, I'll pass right now, but thanks for telling me you're sorry. I appreciate that. I do. I'll be in a minute. I will. I'll watch for Andre and make sure, no one's following him or something. I don't know. Just sit here.
Just like a gargoyle, keeping watch. She pats him on the shoulder, keeps and walks in.
Sort of an apology.
I'm sorry. Jeez, you're so awful sensitive about being a gargoyle. I think it's cool.
Well, they're going to meet with us.
Yay!
I didn't tell them who was coming, who was not, just the parties that had information. So it's up to y'all.
Am I back now?
About this time you're rolling up. And Andre stands up.
Ig.
Sorry. Yeah, you stand up in your own car.
Yeah.
Moon room. So, through the moon room. Hey, I'm here. No, he stand up, and you think he's like, God damn, is he bowing up again? But he's not. He's looking past you.
Gotcha.
And he's washing a car.
What's going on, man?
Car is falling awful close. I'm just watching it. It turned off. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Just keeping watch for you, man.
What kind of car? What kind of car do they look like?
Like a Buick. A nice one.
Nice Buick.
Somebody with money who shouldn't be over here other than us. You know what I mean?
That may not be entirely true. This area is going to be getting a lot nicer.
I guess you're
that
right.
Becomes more investors and people that will be making properties here.
Yeah, all the same. I don't know. Probably nothing, man. I'm just paranoid right now. A little on edge from all this shit.
Absolutely.
Come on in. They're talking about things, I think.
Okay.
Top hat guys figuring stuff out.
Absolutely. Okay.
And so when you come in, Erasmus goes, they'll meet with us tonight.
Perfect. Who has a cell phone?
But we have to announce who all's. I got one. Well, it's hers, but I got one.
Hey.
Okay.
But sorry.
We need somebody to record the meeting.
Oh no. We don't need to do that.
Why do we not need to do that?
Well, the Second Inquisition's still out there. Like, I had to use coded language even talking on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need evidence of anything going down like that.
Why did you want to record it?
Because we're about to go roll into the Nosferatu's territory, and if they know about this building, that I want to have them on record, either threatening or
that's okay. No. If that comes down to that, we'll haul their asses in front of the prince, and I'll make them tell them. That'd be all right. I get where you're coming from, though. It's a good idea, but if we have evidence ever, it's tricky. So you know how none of this stuff is secret anymore on these devices, and if they wanted to find a file, the files are in the thing, right?
Do we have a tape recorder?
No.
I see where you're going, but
I only bring this up because you are not the most trustworthy of people, probably, to the Camarilla. And while I want to help,
yeah, but we're speaking with the Keeper of Elysium, and if they have something that that we have something mutual to gain from each other, then we can work something out, I'm sure. But if we record something, Camarilla really hates that. Really hates
the
it.
Camarilla hates it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really hates it. Because of the Second Inquisition.
Got it.
They're real paranoid about it.
Upset the prince.
I know. And that's if we come in and we're recording stuff, well, what else are we recording that the Second Inquisition could get their hands on, and then they start screaming? And
got it.
I just speak from personal experience.
Loud and clear.
That not from a recording, just from thinking, oh, I'm just visiting a website and telling them my address to deliver me something. And then I tell them, oh, yeah, I'm waiting for my new shoes to come in.
I don't want to know any more than that. We have a meeting to attend.
Okay. Yeah. Whenever we want. We just go down to the lower 9th ward. There's a house on the street. It's still intact.
How close is this house to that apartment?
Not very. It's on the other side.
Okay.
But yeah, we can.
When we're in the car, I need you to keep lookout for me.
For what?
Ig says he saw a nice Buick that looked a little suspicious.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll watch for that.
Just keep an eye out on us, and if we need to go invisible.
Yeah. I got you.
Okay.
All right. So you begin to drive. I'll get in the car. Anything else before we need to go?
Are we all going?
It's up to you.
I kind of want to go.
I mean, I'm going to drop my gargoyle head off.
Yeah.
First.
So, yeah.
Which one?
So she just goes and drops it off. But yeah, her nigger will come.
Okay. All right. So you make your way to the estate of one Avery Smith. It's a very rundown place. You park the car, and he goes, well, we're here.
So no sign of the Buick?
No, there was not.
Okay.
Maybe it was just being paranoid.
Okay.
So he goes, Andre, you take after your clan? You pretty stout when you need to be?
I mean, I can punch somebody really hard.
Can you lift that for me? He points at the ground of the sewer cover.
Yeah. I imagine I can.
You mind?
Sure.
All right. If you want to use, well, your fortitude's always, you can turn it on. I don't know if it causes a rouse check. You got your cards in front of you? Let me see them real quick. I can look at this pretty fast. Oh.
The prowess, you mean?
Yeah. It does cost a rouse check if you want to do it. You can just try your strength if you want.
I mean, I have a strength of 4.
Yeah, try it. You can do strength plus athletics.
One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. How in the F?
All right. So, yeah, you managed to pull it to the side. I mean, you don't pick it up like you would like to, but you do drag it, out and over, and you're able to enter.
I'm strong when I need to be.
Yeah. That's not what it looks like. I just had a bad day. So
just haven't warmed up.
Yeah. And so, you all start to climb down, and, he asks you to stay last so you can put it back over,
Okay.
And then another strength check. I know. Yeah, you get the feel of the weight of it now, and it's no problem. You do it one-handed just fine,
These new dice better not screw me up.
It was just that the first time it looked a lot lighter than it was.
Yeah.
It just took you off guard.
Yeah, you just had to get a feel for the weight.
Yeah.
And so you move it back, and they're really heavy. Manhole covers are really heavy. And so you put it back down, and you all climb down, and you're in this sewer system. It's mainly for water drainage. New Orleans floods. Mm-hmm. And these are flood channels. They're not really waste sewers. It's waste water.
Yeah.
And it's not rained recently, so they're relatively dry. And you make your way through these tunnels. Erasmus is like, okay, here. And, he turns off. And if you weren't paying attention, he didn't point it out, you wouldn't have noticed a little mark, very faint, like directing a slash, not even an arrow, just a slash, directing to turn down this one. You make your way around, and then you find yourselves going up, like it's angling up. And then when you find yourself at a higher point, maybe even higher than it should be for where you're at, you find that it opens up into like a room, a full-on room that's built down here. And there's a guy in a suit that's surprisingly well kept for being in a sewer system. And you notice there's a hatch leading up above him, but it's thick and locked well. And so sorry you had to take the circuitous route, but welcome. Welcome to my abode. I trust you will all maintain the traditions while you are here. The tradition of hospitality is extended to you in my abode, as long as you respect me.
Yes, of course. Thank you for...
and this guy is, as he steps more into light, you notice there's somebody in the shadows you didn't see that steps out as well, another guy, impossibly skinny and lanky. It's got like a big Adam's apple, it's almost like a turkey neck, almost makes a U. Mm-hmm. And you can see that they both look very bat-like, and, their ears are pointed, and they look very Nosferatu. The one speaking to you has a hunchback, and very warty as well. And he says, and you must be Sierra's child.
I am. I'm Andre Ducard.
And your friends?
This is Persephone and Iris and...
Ignacio.
Yes.
And
I didn't know who all came down.
And before you introduce, Erasmus, he goes, and I know that one. And the question arises is, how the hell do you have my phone number, Erasmus Casey? He says, well, we traded information. You do that and I do that too some, but not as good as you guys. You're the masters of it, undisputed. Just, reach out and touch someone, as the commercial said, and I needed to talk to you about something, a problem you've got in your own backyard, and we all wanted to talk to you about it, and here we are talking. And he takes his hat off and, bows it down, and he says, Roger, how you been? To this impossibly lanky, skinny one. And Roger's kind of leaning against a wall, and he's like, we're giving you 5 minutes, Erasmus. Say what you need to say, and then understand that just even meeting with us, a boon is owed. Do you understand that, Erasmus? Oh yeah. I get it. And believe me, I'll be glad to if we reach chords. We'll talk about that, because I'm sure you have 4 minutes left, Erasmus. And he's like, okay. Well,
Mr. Avery, as you may know, I am watching over the Bywater district.
I had heard that, yes.
And our associate here, Mr. Casey, had alerted me to something near my district that was a little alarming, and that was in your district that I wanted to bring a little attention to. There's a particular building in your district that it's an apartment building that looks like there's nobody. It looks like nobody lives there. There's a bunch of cars with dust and heroin needles. However, there's
the Gate apartments.
That's them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have reason to believe that there may be.
Is it Mish inside?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So that's the rumor.
Yes, that's one way to put it.
I've not seen anyone come or go from those apartments for some time. They're very suspect. Roger and I have been watching them. We've seen some suspicious characters. We've reported these things to the prince. No one seemed to really believe us. What evidence do you have that something's going on there, though? Other than this Sabbat traitor telling you that there are.
The one good thing about him being a traitor to the Sabbat is that he does have information about Sabbat's doings, as he did manage to stay with them. He has more knowledge of the Sabbat than I do, certainly.
So give me charisma plus persuasion.
Can I be mean? I need intimidation and subterfuge.
No. It's not how you're approaching it. Yeah, you can spend a willpower. You get,
Okay.
Was it 2 extra dice? Or no, you get to reroll.
You
reroll.
You reroll with
up to
willpower.
3. Yeah, up to 3.
So roll it and see how you do, and then you can reroll up to 3 black dice.
Yeah.
All I'm just rolling is reds.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
You can't reroll those, so
Yeah.
Well, keep your willpower then.
Yeah.
I'll roll mine. No. You still won that.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Thank you.
And he's like, very well, Roger, stop the clock. Let's talk. We need evidence. I've long suspected something wasn't right about that place. We can't really go in there. The sheriff won't entertain it. They're very aloof about the Sabbat. They're confident that all of them have turned or gone, and there's been no sign of them. But rumor has it that you were asked to rid the city of some thin bloods, and a bunch of them popping up all at once makes me wonder.
Does the Camarilla accept ghosts as evidence? Or their testimony?
I suppose.
Well, I believe my sire mentioned on the phone we came with a Giovanni. And her ghost was able to scout.
Mm-hmm.
She's just looking at him with a blank but trying to be pleasant expression.
Yeah. Persephone, correct?
Yes.
He just kind of sits there messing with some knickknacks on his table. I wouldn't trust the word of a Giovanni for anything.
Neither would
Who
I.
do you trust?
Roger.
Well,
So
I don't think
would-
Roger's willing to go in there, are you, bud?
Well, would Roger be willing to go in with me? You see, those Shamishe have something that belongs to Clan Hakata, and I intend to get it back.
Ah, so that's the angle. You need something from that place. Erasmus wants to go chasing paper tigers that may or may not yield results, and we could be walking into a death house.
Make no mistake, Mr. Avery, is it?
Avery is my first name.
Mr.
You may call me Daddy. No, I'm joking. You may call me Mr. Smith.
Mr.
Avery's
Smith.
not, yeah.
I have some descendants who are Smiths. Quite pleasant. Now, please understand, Mr. Smith. Clan Hakata will not tolerate the Shamishe having information that is exclusive to our clan. Whatever Elamasina told them, they must be rid of it.
Very well. If we are to assist in any way, here are the terms. The Keeper of Elysium has tasked you with this mission. You have agreed to assist. We know that they're possibly there. We all go in together. That could perhaps be done. We'll do it diplomatically if you wish to get your item. Roger can accompany you unseen. I could as well, but I will not do that. Roger will take care of that for me. I won't get my hands dirty like that. But Roger does good work. And he smiles at Roger, and Roger kind of smiles back at him, you know. Find what you need, get out of there, and we'll take care of the rest. But know this, that it will be our victory and not yours. But although you will be credited with assisting and finding out that they were there and you pointed this out to us. Fair enough?
Absolutely. I look forward to working with you.
And then Erasmus like, no, I've been working on this for so long. They have to die, Avery. Well, yes, Erasmus. They won't be allowed in our city, of course.
Will they be?
Or they could possibly be given an opportunity to join the Camarilla if they've seen the error of their ways. It doesn't sound like they have, so that sounds very simple. No, they can't join. They were servants of... They wanted Elamasina's vision. You don't know what these people are like. Avery, you don't know. Well, I know how you were, Erasmus Casey. And yet here you are, a full-fledged member of the Sabbat,
No.
turning over their own sire's corpse to us, claiming that she'd gone overseas and returned to you dead, or whatever story you came up with that you can't even keep track of your own stories, Erasmus. You're a terrible liar. And you have the audacity to claim that this is yours. This is my domain issued to me by the prince, and I'm aware of the issues in my domain. You're helping me rid an infestation. At best, you're a pest control contractor helping me remove vermin. Do not mistake my offer as altruistic and as something noble. It is merely a recognition that you brought me information. The fact that I'm doing that is a generosity in and of itself. Would you not agree, Mr. Ducard?
I agree.
Well, sir, you said that you were aware of the problems, but then you just said that Erasmus brought you information. So which is
And
the
are you
story?
his whelp?
I am not a whelp, sir.
Child, then.
Yes.
Child, you should learn of the accounting and him being responsible for things that come out of your mouth. I would suggest shutting it while the adults are talking.
Oh, Mr. Smith, she has long been released. She is a full-fledged member of Kindred Society. Perhaps you
Well,
should
then where do you hail from?
extend your hospitality.
And perhaps you
accordingly
should
to
learn
her.
that your promise means nothing when in someone else's domain.
That is perhaps true. Then again, should anything
Here are the
happen to
terms.
me in your domain, you will have a lot more Hakata to contend with.
I'm not worried about the Hakata in this city. I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about the Zamiche problem we have. But it's my issue. And you telling me confirming what I already knew does help, and it's appreciated. But just understand, as long as those terms are agreed to,
This is
we'll
your
move forward.
district. This is your issue.
You're merely assisting, and the assistance will be noted, and I'm sure the prince will be happy to know that all these people with ties to the Sabbat are proving that they have no ties to the Sabbat at all. That is worth something, is it not, Mr. Casey? Yeah, it's worth something. You're right. I'm stupid. And he just starts.
Iris takes his hand again. You're not stupid. You're doing the right thing.
And he just squeezes your hand.
So with Roger with us, what would we surmise our plan is? We're gonna walk in there diplomatically or not?
No. It's merely reconnaissance. Get what you need for her. Let them know that a blood hunt will be called for them. Get out of there as fast as you can, because that will not go well. If you need to, bring that up. Do whatever you need to do. Find out what the nature of the place is for me.
So we need to get in by whatever means necessary.
Correct. I don't care as long as it doesn't breach the Masquerade.
So no, we're not going in guns blazing.
I would imagine not. That would be fairly noticeable, wouldn't you think?
I would believe so.
Now, whether you get out of there without guns blazing is yet to be seen. It's not really my concern as long as Roger makes it out. And once we have the information we have, the building will be dealt with.
And the vampires?
Possibly. Just listen. There needn't be any alarm raised that unless they will not listen to reason. The blood hunt thing is, I spoke out of turn. It should be the last thing that gets mentioned as a last resort. That they are on notice, that they are being made aware of. But if you can go in without that, you're just there for your book. However you need to get it, let me know what the situation is inside. I'll take care of the rest in the building.
And whatever means I need to use, say I need to call in assistance from Venice. Or get permission from Venice.
Why would you need to do that?
Because I am Clan Hakata.
As long as no more of you show up, I'm fine with that.
Fine.
Well, we have a deal then. Thank you for your assistance. Thank you for confirming what I already knew. You can take the hatch up.
Perfect.
How kind.
And you go up and you come out inside the house that basically you'd made a big circle. And you come out inside the house.
Nice.
And it's actually really nice in this home. You know, the outside betrays that. But, you know, it looks like a rather posh living quarters. And there's a third up there, Nosferatu.
Okay.
A young guy. He's just got his feet propped up watching TV. And he's like, there's the door. Hope you guys got what you needed.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for stopping by. I don't. Hope you have a good night.
You
You
too.
as well.
You as well, sir.
What a nice young man.
He's a lot nicer than the other guys.
Hey, Roger seemed plenty nice. He didn't say a word, did he?
Very little. Erasmus has still got red stained eyes. He's just like, they're gonna get away.
If they get away, we'll hunt them down. This gets them out of the scary, disgusting building.
They're gonna get away.
We're gonna get what we need.
Erasmus.
If we need to put the bloodhound out, if it comes down to that, then we will. The prince will be notified of them. They won't get out of the city alive.
Okay. Buick Skylark. And he just kind of mopes and gets back in the vehicle.
What's the Buick look like?
It's a black, more recent model.
Yeah.
And
asking-
as he's pointing, you see it turn off.
Ig, is that the car?
Yeah, man, it is.
God. What if it's SI? Didn't they have black cars in Vegas? I don't remember. I don't remember where that asshole drove.
I don't know.
Okay, we need to go back. You need to make us invisible.
Yeah,
I'm doing this right now? Oh.
We
Okay,
already
it's
know.
Get out of
it's
here.
gone. Yeah, okay.
I don't know what time it is though.
Yeah, I don't know.
I imagine since Roger
We
didn't come with us.
Yeah, we didn't schedule anything. I assume that would be taken care of later. They'll give us a call or some shit.
Yeah, I guess. I gotta play myself now.
Yeah.
I got permission to use this identity.
You're invisible. You're very invisible.
Perfect.
And he's just kind of
Hey,
softly, not hard, just
what's wrong? You don't know that they're gonna get away.
they're gonna get away. They're gonna get away with it. It's all gonna be for nothing.
No, it won't. Even if they do get away, they're weakened. And that just gives us a better chance to take care of them.
They're gonna know I did it, and they're gonna get me.
I'm not gonna let them get you. And she gets real close in his ear and whispers, and you're more powerful than any of them.
I don't know.
If you're not, you can just eat them and become more powerful.
Anybody hear that one?
No! She's like literally
if you have
right
heightened
next to his ear.
senses, if you have heightened senses, yes, you could.
Damn it. I needed Sense the Unseen, though.
But the car drives off back to, I guess, her place.
This part of me that almost wants to follow the Buick.
You want to follow the Buick?
I kind of do since
Oh.
we're invisible.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of just want to know where it's
Well,
going
just
to
to see where it goes.
Okay,
Yeah.
give me wits plus awareness.
Can we all do it so we can like keep
Yeah,
an eye on
yeah.
Okay.
You can collectively do it.
Where's awareness at? Okay.
It should be on the same column as wits.
Good, because I only got one.
Okay.
2.
Okay.
What do you look? I don't know what a 6 is. Is there another bestial failure?
No, it's not a failure. It's a
Oh.
success, but
Is
it's you guys don't see it.
Shit!
Yeah. It's it's long gone at this point.
What
too
about
slow.
Ig? Can you roll
Yeah.
for Ig? He
He's got
spotted him the first
gargoyle
time.
eyes.
Yeah, hold on.
I don't even know what his wits and awareness
I got
is. Okay.
Yeah, he actually sees it in the distance.
Hell
Thank you,
yeah.
Ig.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, right there. And you're having to watch because you're
Right.
invisible. You have to, even these
Yes.
streets aren't that populated at night.
Yeah.
You gotta be very careful. And it's hard. You lose it a few times. But you see it pull up at a apartment complex about a block from the business.
That's who I figured it was.
Huh?
And that's what I'm just saying. That's who I thought it was.
Who is it?
This is the
question is, how did he know where to go?
The Seneschal?
Follow you?
Huh?
Who is
How
it?
did he know where to follow you and where to find you?
Yeah.
Did you say who it is, or did you say out loud that's who I thought it was?
I'm just saying it to myself, kind of muttering it to myself, like, but out loud, like, that's who I thought it was.
Who is it?
Who?
It's our new neighbors.
Why would they be following us?
That's a good question.
I don't know who the new neighbors are.
Yeah, who are the new neighbors?
Second in command. He's second.
Man, you said second input, and I was like,
Yeah.
Antonio is his name.
Antonio, yeah.
Tony C.
Tony C!
Oh, the
He's gonna live here? Why would he want to live in this shithole?
You watch your mouth. I'm still working on this.
Oh, I know. Hey, that was an insult to me, if anything. That I work here.
The Seneschal. What is the Seneschal? Who is he?
Hey. To give you anything? Erasmus asks.
Did he give me anything? We were arranging documents and signing contracts to bring them.
Anything,
The card.
Anything
yeah.
weird?
Ooh.
Yeah, business card.
You got it.
Yeah.
And you
Alright,
hand it
hands
to
it.
him. Piece of shit.
Can I see it?
Yeah. He holds it up, and there's, the
The ruby?
the fake looking little ruby.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he track us? He knows.
And Erasmus takes it and squeezes it until his hands bleed.
Okay, I'll take that back.
But then he wipes his finger and shows it to you, and the ruby is popped. And there's blood all over the card.
Ew.
That's how he's following you.
Why follow us? Or him? If he already lives a block away from us.
Why did he come to me now
Yeah.
while all this is happening? Do you
Can
know
those
him,
things hear?
Mister?
Yeah.
You
They
know
can
him?
hear.
No. He can sense where it is.
Okay. Whew.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
You got history with him the way you got history with everybody else in this city?
No.
Are you?
He wants to be
lying?
Prince.
Oh, what
He
is it?
feels
Who
like
doesn't?
he feels like it was his to have, not some Malkavian.
Wow.
What is his clan?
Wow.
What is his clan?
Tremere.
Fucking hell!
And on that fucking hill, we'll call it a night. Because it does raise a few questions, but if we start going down some more roads, it'll be a pretty late night.
I mean, his business proposition was merely courtesy anyways. He was going to show up no matter what.
And he's still offering you something,
Yeah.
And from what Winston was saying, it still looks like a good deal.
Okay. Just want to make sure I didn't just fuck us by doing that.
No. And, the whys may be running through your heads at this point, but it could be altruistic. I mean, not altruistic. It could just be mundane. It could just be he wants to see if he's making a good deal with the right type of person, if you're, if he can trust you, if you're up to something else, but
Well,
somebody was following you, whether it was him or not. Somebody was.
Well, and all we did was meet with the Nosferatu. Like we didn't actually. It's not like we went to the
Right.
murder
That's true.
apartment.
Right.
He
this
doesn't
is true. If we would
know.
have gone there and burned some shit down,
That
Yeah.
could have been real bad.
that was the play, and I had that card on me. That would have gotten straight to the prince, straight to the Nosferatu. They'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
But-
Y'all are insane.
Yeah. So,
That's a flesh house.
Yeah.
so if anything, I would rather the Nosferatu deal with that building
Yeah.
because it's
me
on
too.
their turf.
Me too.
Because I know if it was my district and I saw a building going up in flames, especially if it was a building I knew about, if I knew what was happening there,
Yeah.
and then I find out it went in flames, I'm gonna know what the fuck just happened.
Yeah, and then they'll be pissed at us if they ever found out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the last thing we need to do is to make a bunch of fucking enemies with the Camarilla when seemingly the Sabbat are still hanging out in town.
All good points. Well, Dee, we'll start with you. Favorite moment from the night?
Batman is a gargoyle. And then when he himself asks what, Batman is a gargoyle.
I just couldn't think of what to say.
It was great. I loved it.
Monica, what about you?
Probably finding out what Erasmus did to LaDonna and El Messina. That was very shocking.
See, I knew that motherfucker. Hey, El Messina, I knew it.
Okay. How about you, Adam?
Well, kind of in the same vein as what I was discussing, I think my favorite part was managing to like take a situation that could have been explosive, unintended, and being able to like talk through it and figure out the more like nuanced approach to it that will be able to get us what we need and also not ruffle any feathers, piss anyone off, cause too much of a stir.
That's what it feels like now.
It feels like now, but right now also, like, if anything, it's better for Andre that he has good networking. He has a good standing with, you know, the Nosferatu that are next to his district.
Yeah,
if they're the lower 9th ward, I'm right next to him. If we need to work together, we seemingly are more closely able to pull something like that off if we need to. It's more people that I can work with.
Yeah.
And everything.
Good points. Well, we will find out what happens with everything next week. It seems like a plan of some sort has been put together. At least allies have been made and things are in motion. Erasmus didn't totally get his way. Seems a little bummed about it, but
I'm kind of happy that he didn't get his way.
As far as you guys know, it's out of fear, you know, but we shall see what comes from these alliances next time we play. But until we do that again, this is GM Tuck wishing everyone a good night. We'll see you next week, everyone.